Run.
I'll call the meeting to order. On this day, May the 19th, 2022, we acknowledge that this sacred land on which Smith Falls is now located has been a site of human activity for over 10,000 years and is rich in Indigenous history. This land is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe Nation. We are grateful to the Algonquin ancestors who cared for the land and water in order that we might meet here today. We are also grateful to the Algonquin people for their contribution in the making of the Rideau Canal, which runs through Smith Falls. We are mindful of broken covenants and the need to reconcile with all our relations. Together, may we care for this land and each other, drawing on the strength of our mutual history of nation building through peace and friendship, being mindful of generations to come. Just a couple of announcements, a couple of dates to remember. For Special Olympics, the torch run will be June the 4th, and the golf tournament will be June the 8th at the Smith Falls Golf Club. And if you go to the Facebook page, I think you can get more information there, or you can get in touch with Aaron Tompkins. My second announcement is I'd like to recognize Deputy Chief LaBelle for his work with the Ontario Police Memorial. He's been doing this on his own time, on his own dime for the past 10 years, researching officers who have passed away in the line of duty and may not have received or did not receive any recognition. Early in May, Rick traveled to Toronto to add Constable Alexander Wright, who passed away 126 years ago in Brockville. There'd been a robbery. He was 38 years old and he was chasing one of the suspects, and he dropped dead from a heart attack and left a wife and 4 little children behind. So I think we need to recognize Deputy Chief LaBelle. There's an excellent article in the Brockville Recorder and Times if you'd like to read it, or I think you could get in touch with Janice, and maybe I'd ask Janice if she'd send out the link to the board to read. And the last thing is this is Police Week, which started in 1970, and the theme this year is Your Police Services Helping to Build a Safer Community, and I'm going to let the chief expand on that.
Yes, well, we have obviously we do Police Week every year, and we the last couple of years have been a little bit more limited with the pandemic. But certainly happy to say that this year things have opened up somewhat, and we're able to do a little bit more. And so certainly we've been very active in our local schools. Our foot patrols, our bike patrols. We also have a coffee with a cop at the local Starbucks here in town coming up on Friday morning at 11 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm going to attend that for a little bit, as is Staff Sergeant Empey and Constable Tompkins. So it's nice to get back and a little bit more face-to-face with the community. You'll see also on our social media a lot more some posts of some photographs of our staff involved in the community, and some media with regards to safety tips and so on. So it's good to be back a little bit more face-to-face with the community for sure.
Good. And are you picking up the dime for the coffee, Chief?
I certainly will.
So we'll all come. I might like a
Everybody
donut with it too. Okay, thank you. Any additions to the agenda? Chief, do you have any?
I do not.
Okay, anyone else? Any declaration of interest? Not hearing any. Motion to move in camera, please. Chris Babcock moves, seconded by Jen Onger. Thank you. And Chief, we'll let you.
Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, back. Yeah, we're back on the meeting now.
So we can start talking?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Because, it's still. this is
Oh, I
public-
see
that's
that.
what Public sees there.
Okay.
Mark's gonna let Sean write.
I should know that from watching council. I said to Rick, I hate laptops. I use the iPad all the time. How are the cows?
So,
How are the cows?
you're doing good.
Okay, we're back in session.
Good, thank you. The Horizon report, the board will continue the process of appointing a new deputy chief, and the board will enter into a one-year contract extension with the chief of police. Okay, correspondence, which Janice circulated, and we will deal with B under new business. The minutes of April the 28th. Motion to accept. Chris McGuire, seconder. Chris Babcock, are you seconding?
Yeah, that's fine. Just want to mention Sean's been putting his hand up. I'm not sure if you can see him on your screen or not.
No, I can't see Sean. Sorry, Sean, we left you behind. Were you moving? Were you moving that the minutes be adopted? And the seconder was Chris McGuire, or vice versa? All in favor? Thank you. Business arising, chief.
We didn't carry anything forward for this meeting for business arising. There really wasn't any updates with regards to budgets at this time, so I'll provide some more information at the next meeting.
Thank you. New business, the request for the donation from Interval House, and Janice did send out information. Previously, we did a spring and a fall 500, and we decided last year, rather than doing the two separate, that we would make a donation of $1,000, which would cover both. So if the board is in agreement, if someone would make that motion. Sean's moving, a seconder. Jen Onger, that the board make a donation of $1,000 to Interval House. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, the manager's report. You need to move?
Good morning, everyone. For our manager's report for the activity for the police service for the month of April, there were 692 calls for service. The police service recognized National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week from April the 10th to the 16th, and the contributions of our dispatchers who provide valuable support to the police service and the community. Late in April, an incident of note, we had a moose wander into the Lombard Street area of town. Our officers assisted with containing the area while staff from the Ministry of Natural Resources attended, tranquilized the animal, and removed it for release in another area. The activities of our uniformed patrol officers, calls for service of note, 20 motor vehicle collisions, 22 domestic and family disturbances, 8 fraud investigations, 15 thefts, 17 compliance checks on court issued release of individuals, 1 sudden death investigation, 1 weapons offense investigation, and 7 warrants were executed. During the month of April, all our officers took part in their annual use of force and firearms training. This was again done in conjunction with officers, together with the officers from the Brockville and the Gananoque Police Services. With the return of warmer weather, our officers will resume their bike patrol activities for the summer months. The selected traffic enforcement target for April was offenses related to seat belts and driver and passenger safety. As a result, 7 charges were laid. The step target for May will be offenses related to aggressive driving. Criminal Investigation Branch continued its investigations into drug-related offenses and frauds. There was an execution of a drug warrant at an address in Smiths Falls, which resulted in the arrest of 5 persons. The seizure of cocaine, crack cocaine, and oxycodone. The arrested parties are before the courts. The CIB also worked in conjunction with the Ontario Provincial Police during the course of a drug trafficking investigation of an individual that was operating in the Smiths Falls and the Lanark County area. As a result, a female was arrested and a quantity of cocaine and crack cocaine and currency was seized. CIB also concluded an ongoing investigation, and as a result, a Smiths Falls man was charged with fraud, uttering forged documents, and money laundering offenses. And they also assisted uniformed officers in locating and arresting persons wanted on outstanding warrants. In community services, Constable Tompkins participated in his virtual meetings with the for the Situation Table, Crime Stoppers, the Child Youth Advocacy Center Steering Committee, the Youth at Risk Committee, the Mental Health Crisis Response Team meeting, as well as the Hoarding Task Force meeting. He participated in 2 case conferences at local schools with regards to serious behavior incidents at the school. He participated in the judging of student projects at Chimo School on the topics of staying safe online, personal boundaries in relationships, and bullying. He provided a presentation to the SFDCI grade 12 social justice class and was assisted by an MCERT worker on the topic of conflict resolution. He was interviewed by Lake 88 and Your TV and provided his monthly updates on his activities and the upcoming initiatives for the police service. And he assisted in providing frontline patrol duty for several shifts during this past month of training, filling in for officers on the road. And that's the manager's report for the month.
Any questions? Comments? I was remiss in my remarks in not thanking the association for the wonderful barbecue that they had for the Special Olympians. For once, it was a lovely day. The sun was shining. The chief was flipping burgers, and there was quite a large number of Special Olympians there, and you could tell by the smiles on their faces that they had a wonderful time. So, Jody, did you want to make any comments about anything before we leave?
No, not at all. Just to let you know, with the Starbucks coffee with the Cobb tomorrow, Starbucks is providing coffee for free.
Oh, so the chief,
So the chief is off the hook.
oh, that's bad. I was looking forward to that.
I will make sure that I buy yours, Karen.
Oh, not to worry, not to worry. Hey, I think that's a really fast meeting. I was going to have to leave by 10 o'clock. And Chris McGuire, you were going to have to chair. Guess you're off the hook. So, June meeting, Chief.
If I could suggest June 30th, if that's available for everyone. I have an appointment that I can't avoid on the week before. So if the 30th is open for everyone, we could make it the Thursday, June 30th, 8:30 in the morning. Good for everyone? Perfect.
Does that work for everyone?
Yeah, everyone gave a thumbs up. Thank you very much for everyone.
And school will be over by then. The little ones will be out running around. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Now you can go off of your day and you can go see the chief and have coffee at Starbucks on Friday. And some of the other officers, Jody, I expect you'll be there, and Rick will be there as well. Okay, so a motion to adjourn. Sean,